Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Sunday, the 24th of August, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, got quite a special one today because we're still at the WTF festival. I'm here talking with Sebastian, who has been a long-time follower of my show, is extremely enthusiastic to talk about his story and Bitcoin, and I'm probably going to pressurize him with a few techie questions, so we'll see how this goes. It should be a lot of fun. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
I like it.
Alrighty, here we go. Right, yes. Sebastian, do you want to introduce yourself to all the listeners?
Yes, I'm Sebastian. I've got a real pleasure to be here with Satoshi. I've been following his channel for over a year, and I've learned really a lot about money. I've got my background in economy. I studied finance and banking. I've got my MBA, but I learned actually more valuable knowledge just following what Satoshi has got to say. And today it's a very, very special moment for me because I can see it next to Satoshi and have a chat with him. It's beautiful.
Excellent. Great intro. Right, so do you want to tell everybody your sort of wake up story and as to how you found BSV?
Oh yes, I was inspired by my wife. We were expecting an amount of money. We thought it was money. Actually, it was currency. And my wife tried to inspire me to do something with that. We didn't like to lose that currency, and we were looking for a good idea to do something valuable with that. So one of the ideas we stepped on was cryptocurrencies, I would say, and we started to do our own research. We spent some time with one of our friends who's quite deep into that topic, and we were listening what he had to say, and we didn't quite feel very well with the ideas presented. And I was very lucky to be on the Weekend True Festival last year, when I had a lot of fantastic speakers, and one of the speakers was Kali Star, and says I subscribed to her channel, and then on her channel I could listen for the very first time in my life Satoshi explaining the nature of Bitcoin, and it resonated very well with me. Actually, I recognized there was truth behind, and then I immediately subscribed to Satoshi's channel and started to follow the information. At the beginning, I was a little bit confused. I didn't really know what the chart show was about. I didn't really know what I was listening to, but I didn't give up. And going further on, I Satoshi's channel started to be my favorite one. I couldn't wait for the next episode because I was so interested what he's got to say, and I accumulated, I think, quite a lot of very valuable knowledge. I can compare it to my mainstream financial education, and Satoshi has actually opened my eyes.
Oh, excellent! I was actually the same. When I first started getting into Bitcoin and crypto, I didn't know what it was because obviously there wasn't really anybody who's explaining it in a way that made sense to me. And Craig didn't really come on the scene until 2017. And then for me, he sort of like only appeared once, and it was kind of like, okay, well, this guy's like quite eccentric. He was describing Bitcoin in a way that was, at the time, it was a bit too technologically advanced for me. And I was just like, well, yeah, he might know what he's talking about, but there's lots of other people in the space talking in a way that's also too advanced for me. What I'll do, I'll just put him on my list of potential suspects, to listen to, and as time goes on, I'll do a process of elimination,
Yes.
and sort of cancel them out.
Uh-huh.
And while I was going through that process, I was listening to everybody. Like, I couldn't get enough, because I didn't get it. I was listening to the likes of Chico Crypto and that Martini guy, and some Danish tech guy, and tech lead as well, and just kind of like the Winklevi twins, and just anyone and everyone that I could get information from. And a bit like you, I was kind of like addicted, because I was just like, this is all new. What is it about this that I'm not getting? But as I sort of got more into it, and I became more knowledgeable, it was just like they were almost like opening up different rabbit holes for me. It was just like, okay, right, I think I get this. Tell me more. I think I get that. Tell me more. And then, you've got to find out about SHA-256 and the hash function, and you've got to find out about block headers and hash numbers. And I was just like, this is fascinating. I don't really get it, but there seem to be some very wealthy, extremely educated and knowledgeable people who are praising the technology here. I need to somehow work this out, because no one else knows. And that's kind of like where I was just like, with my channel, I try to cater for those people who were like me, that just needed, I need some more, I need some more, I need some more. Tell me. And now what I try and do on my channel is tell them what I wanted to know, because now I know it all. It's just like, look, anything relevant, like changes in the fundamental figures, I'll explain it. Like the 400 coin block fee the other day. That's absolutely massive. I don't think people really and truly understand the significance of a 400 coin block fee. It's huge. Like I said, 400 Greg coin would be like $40 million, as a block fee, which is probably about right. That's kind of like what we're going to be looking at. The miners are sort of like going to come charging over. But if this situation that you're in at the moment, what is your opinion on sort of like predicting the future? Like with me, for example, I'm thinking personally that when this thing pops, I would say $1,000 overnight, 10 grand by the end of the week, $100,000 by the end of the month, $1 million by the end of 12 months, and then sort of $40 million at the end of 10 years. So that's kind of like, that's like an increase of $4 million a year, which is $1 million every quarter. So $1 million every sort of like 3 months. It's going to go absolutely ballistic. And obviously, I know in my mind I know how crazy that would sound, because people would just be like, look, what goes up has to come down. There's not been anything like this in the world before, but that's because everybody thinks that fiat currency is money, and it's fiat currency that drive the price. What's kind of funny is they say what goes up must come down. Well, what about fuel prices? What about food prices? What about taxes? Yeah, exactly. Do they ever come down? So how do you kind of like feel about the potential that this thing has got in the future? Are you kind of like thinking that's just like too much to actually believe, or are you thinking like, oh, that actually makes sense? That actually could potentially be a reality. Wow.
Yes, it's unstoppable, I would say. It has no limits, and I don't think as people collectively we can even imagine where it can lead us to. So we can live in 2 decades actually. We can live in a totally different place, because everything could be lawful, everything could be truthful, every criminal could have the consequences for wrongdoing, because that's the beauty of this tool, that it's electronically signed, and it requires responsibility, and it gives us privacy. We can trade, uh, well, actually not being affected. We don't need to ask for permission. Ha- we don't need to be allowed to do what we feel is right. We can just do it. We can do it in private,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have to pay this very high fees, like
Yeah.
Visa, Mastercard, or any kind of bank charging us.
Or
We can
middlemen.
send micropayments, even micropayments to the other side of the world, in the blink of the eye. So it's a completely new reality, and yeah, I can't even imagine how endless possibilities are there for all of us, and we can
Yeah.
all be included. We don't have to. It's like what I thought was Bitcoin, as most people probably recognize it as BTC. Yes, it used to be before 1217, but now BTC is just a bunch of crap. With 4 to 7 transactions per second,
Yeah.
it's not useful. And if something is useful, it's valuable. If something
Absolutely, that's the
is
one. If
useless,
something
it's
is useful, it's
worthless.
valuable. If something is
Yeah.
useless, it's worthless. Yeah.
Yeah, so the potential of hyper Bitcoinization as well. I
Absolutely.
met that theory. It was formulated still before SegWit happened. So hyper Bitcoinization is something that could replace hyperinflation. We know
Yeah.
how value of the fiat currency was dropping down, because there was no real alternative to
Mm.
the drop of value of fiat currencies. But now with Bitcoin, the capital can very easily, without any limits, move to Bitcoin Satoshi Vision,
Yeah.
to real and original, genuine Bitcoin.
Yep.
It can happen really quickly. So that's why the value of the coin can really grow up in a very short time, because there are no limits. It will not be that easy to come out of BTC,
Yeah.
because it's got very limited possibility to withdraw the funds.
Well,
So
also a lot of these people that if they try and swap into Bitcoin from BTC, I mean,
yes.
there a lot of people have been told to withdraw their coins from the exchange, which means
Uh-huh.
they're going to have to send it back to the exchange. I
Yes.
mean, even when I was using BTC in like 2017,
Mhm.
some of my transactions were taking like 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. I thought I'd lost it. I was like, where have they gone? Blah blah.
Yeah.
And this was kind of like before I knew anything about block explorers or where
Uh-huh.
to honestly look for it. But 5 days,
Yes.
5 days. I mean, imagine like you're trying you're the reason you want to get it onto exchange is because like you see the price movements
Yes.
that you want to take advantage of,
Yes.
and like you're 5 days late. Yeah, I mean, in 5 days you
Hmm.
can lose a fortune.
Yeah. How could it possibly be the electronic cash system for the whole world?
Exactly. Yeah.
This narrative does not add up.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what it's going to take for any of these BTCs or these other shitcoiners to just realize. I mean, are they that focused on number go up
Yes.
that all it's going to take is number go down and they start panicking?
Yes.
But even then, they've been told like diamond hands and you're not meant to sell. But what if Michael Saylor, when he says, "Oh, diamond hands, you never sell your Bitcoin," he'll be the first one to start selling.
Absolutely, because that's the characteristic on the Ponzi scheme. One,
Yeah,
it's one, one,
yeah,
one when it starts to collapse, it's unstoppable, because it has no actually no more faith of people to this narrative. So So yeah.
What was your friend who first told you about this? What was it that he was saying that you didn't quite understand or agree with?
So actually, I have met different comments. I don't really know what is bad, but people can't grasp this beauty of BSV. Somehow they can't. Maybe part of that could be dollar worshipping.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have invested their faith, their belief, and they are so. So brainwashed
yeah, yeah.
that they are not open to accept what is true. And the problem was that whatever I tried to share, I was meeting the resistance. And for me, when I started to listen to your channel, things day by day were getting clearer and clearer.
Mm.
And I just tried to use my logic, to use my emotional approach. And everything I tried was met with the resistance. Like this knowledge couldn't couldn't be absorbed
Is this when you were trying to
because
explain it?
when I was trying to
Right, got
explain, yes. So it's not that easy to see the beauty of genuine Bitcoin because people are somehow addicted to their belief system,
Yeah, yeah.
and they are so deeply invested in these Ponzi schemes, these 40,000 plus uh, cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, yeah.
They feel like attacked if I come with something new, and whatever I use, it's like like with certain medical procedures. If somebody was brainwashed, there was no way to access that person.
Yeah, yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of cognitive dissonance.
Yes,
But that means that when that cognitive dissonance, because it's so strong, when that gets broken, that might potentially lead to trauma.
absolutely, absolutely,
Can you
absolutely.
imagine?
Yes, yes, yes. I can't even imagine how it could affect people who invested so much in the wrong beliefs. It can be catastrophic.
And they've got the likes of Adam Back seems like this softly spoken buffoon that sort of like
Mm,
got granddad that wouldn't hurt a fly, that sort of like wears his cap on backwards because he's trying to be down
mm,
with the grandkids and all this kind of stuff.
mhm,
I wonder if they've purposely you know put him at the front of Blockstream for that very reason, because people think,
mhm,
oh, he looks like a nice, calm, innocent old man, Whereas
mhm.
we know he's a fucking scammer. And
Yes,
he knows exactly. He knows he's a fucking scammer.
yes,
Which is because he sits there with his Blockstream t-shirt on, and the
yeah,
likes of Samson Mao and Jameson Log, they've all got
yes,
their tether t-shirts on.
yes, yes.
It's so ridiculous, but
Uh-huh.
it's heartbreaking at the same time
Yes.
when these people, is it cognitive dissonance? Is it lack of intellectual capacity, or is it like a bit of both? You
At some level, I suspect it might be deliberate. It might be a kind of plan, a very nefarious plan behind, behind what is happening. So yeah, at these bottom levels, I would say it's a kind of brainwashing because people are very very I would say naive. Reading all these mainstream articles about cryptocurrencies, many times they are contradictory, but people somehow don't see the contradictions, and they still are willing to invest in these Ponzi schemes. So at the bottom level, the bottom level, there are, I would say, innocent victims, not
mm.
really knowing what they are doing. But at the top, I suspect it's all deliberate. It's all
Oh
planned
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
some nefarious reason, and we don't even have to really understand what the end goal is.
See, what gets me is just the attitude of these people. I mean, there's so much absolute hogwash and garbage out there from the likes of Cointelegraph and CoinDesk and Coinbase and all this. And I'm like, are these people literally, are they just reading it, not questioning it at all, just wanting to supposedly learn what other people are regurgitating to them, feeling like they're worthy of the success that they've had because they keep up to date with all the bullshit. Yeah, I mean, is that, are they seriously reading all that garbage and going, oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah, I get that, yeah, oh yeah, I like the idea, and ETF, that makes sense, oh yeah, Tether, that makes sense, and fixed supply, proof of work. I'm just like what? I mean, I was reading some of this stuff, just thinking, like, my head was hurting because it just didn't make sense to me. And then I was just like, look, this doesn't make sense because it's bullshit. I don't believe any of this stuff because it doesn't make sense. So are these people just like, I mean, are they happy with what they're reading, or are they just completely detached from what they're reading, and they're just reading it because it's just drivel that someone else has written, and they're just like, oh well, yeah, I'm financially tied up in this, so therefore I better read what the market is doing.
Maybe that's the part of conditioning. That's how they were schooled. That's how they were schooled. So they called that teachers. But they just presenting them the narrative, which for me is not worth the paper written on. so yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Sartoshi, I have met you on my journey, because you really opened my eyes, and it's like once the truth starts to be seen, it cannot be forgotten. Like there is a one-way street. There's one-way street. I can't go back because for me this mainstream cryptocurrency narrative is that does not add up at all, and it's not really worth my time to even look at it. It's
painful.
does not add up. And yes, but that's the reality. That's the reality of the world we are living now. But the genuine Bitcoin is something that can change the world totally.
What's your opinion on the likes of Peter McCormack, who is a self-confessed moron, but has the most successful Bitcoin podcast in the world?
I wouldn't like to sound arrogant, but I don't even know who are you referring to. I met you, and all these Peter McCormacks and other wizards, sorcerers are not meaningful for me. I know. I recognize what you've got to say is true. It does add up. It makes sense, logical sense for me. It feels well for me. So I don't even I have never listened to Peter McCormack. I don't know how big his followers base is.
It was massive. I think he's recently I think he sold his What Bitcoin Did podcast, and now he's just got like the Peter McCormack podcast and all that. But so can you when I was explaining the sort of 5 elements that commoditize data, do you think you'd be able to explain that?
I can try me in my own words. So there are 5 elements which, because real Bitcoin is commodity. So I wouldn't like to repeat too much of what you are repeating on your channel. But on the market we've got like 5 actually circulating. How English is not my first language, sometimes missing the words, but 5 things circulating on the market. So we've got goods that are produced, we've got services that are provided, we've got commodities that are grown or extracted, we've got securities which are secured by some party, and as the 5th element, as I heard from you, we've got also securities fraud, which are the Ponzi schemes. So the 5 elements of commoditization of information, digital information is very valuable. So making of this, there's a one way of making of this of digital information there's one way of making of digital information out of digital information commodity, and it requires these 5 elements. So the first thing is to have the common access to this idea. So that's why Satoshi Nakamoto published his white paper on the 31st of October 2007.
2008.
That's
all right. We'll let you off.
It's good. I've got you because yeah, I can see my mistakes. So it was in 2008, and he gave at what is recognized in law this period of common availability for everyone to start the network. So it needed, the network needed to have the common starting point,
Yes.
and
Yep.
that's why
Yep.
there was 2 months and 3 days
Yep.
for the first block to be Genesis block to be mined, because the network was started by Satoshi Nakamoto on the 3rd of January 2009.
Yeah,
If
correct.
I've got
Nice
it right.
one. Yeah.
So that's the first thing. One of the other elements, I'm not sure if I'm putting them in the right order, but the one I really like was this organic period of growth,
Yep.
which is meant to be in this kind of project like at least 10 years.
Yep.
So that's why we like this project must have grown without central point of influence.
Absolutely,
Because central point of influence would have made from original the security from the
Yeah.
original genuine Bitcoin, and it's meeting this genuine original Bitcoin is meeting this requirement. Another thing, how there were 2 so the common access at this point of start, the right period, the organic growth.
What about
I will need to
what about the protocol itself?
The protocol must be set in stone. Like it cannot be changed. It's once forever. So it's like the solid foundation. So it cannot be manipulated by anyone. I had one man because I like reading Dr. Craig Stephen Wright, and he told something like nobody can change the protocol. It's I can't do that. Not even God.
What are those?
can.
What are those elements that can't be changed?
Yes.
You remember them? Distributed and economically competitive foundation.
Yes.
Chain of digital signatures.
Yes.
Unbounded scale.
Yes.
And then a fixed
supply.
That's the
21 million
There we go.
coins. Yeah.
So that means if they were distributed evenly, how many people in the world could own 10 if everybody had 10?
For 1,000 BSVs, it would be only 21,000 people. So going down 1 0 for 1,000. But if you are talking about 10, we need to take off.
Well, it'd be 21 million people can have 1. So 2.1 million people could have 10.
Yes, only 2.1 million people. It's not even a big country. Yes, it's
That's
like a big city.
crazy.
It's like one big city in the world, and there is no more coins available
So
on the market.
That
So
means
just
only
the simple fundamental. Yeah, sorry.
only 210,000 people in the entire world
Yes.
could have 100 coins.
Yes. Yes, that's
That
true.
that
That's the math.
blows my
Which
mind.
yes,
Blows my
the same for
mind.
me. So that's why there is a limited supply, and demand will be continuous, because actually Bitcoin is giving us the access to the most valuable network of supercomputers. To upload any data on the Bitcoin network, we need to buy Bitcoin. There
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
no other way to access that network. So the demand will be huge, because
yeah, yeah.
everyone wanting to have access to this uncensorable private network will need to buy Bitcoin. So that's why there's a huge potential for the price to change in
Yeah, yeah.
and it's yeah
And have
to
you,
the very high levels.
besides the audience listening to this, have you ever tried to explain that to somebody else?
I
Yeah.
have tried a couple of times, and there are some failures and some successes as well. So
Nice.
when you find the man or a woman who is really interested with with what is true,
Mm.
uh, there is this opportunity. And once I had the beautiful opportunity to talk to the man who was open to hear what I've got to say, and I didn't try to advise anything to him. I didn't try to make him believe me in anything I was saying. I just tried to present the knowledge I gained, and he was just open for that. And the next day he told me, I bought my six your genuine Bitcoin
Hey.
coins. So yes, that's it shows me how important is your work. What you are doing is really valuable,
Yeah, yeah.
because there are people looking for the truth. We
Solutions.
are
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Weekend Truth Festival,
Yeah, yeah.
and there is a lot of people interested to know what is true, because generally, as people, we've got this problem that we very easily believe what is not true, but we can't, for some reason, many of us can't accept what is true,
Yeah.
and that's this kind of cognitive dissonance. But there are people interested with this knowledge, and it's so important for them to have this opportunity to hear this message.
Do you think the truth is hard to get out there because the truth is so disturbing? The truth is
Yes.
so horrific. People just don't ever want to think that the U.S. government, with the most powerful military in the world, could be out to,
Uh-huh.
depopulate, as it were. And then also, would people want to think, people that have sold their houses
Yes.
to get in on Gregcoin, I mean, do they?
It's
I mean,
horrible.
the horror of what they actually might have done
Mm,
because they believe the likes of Samson Mao and Adam Back
yes.
and Jameson Lopp and Greg
Yes.
Maxwell and all that stuff.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes. I
they're
know.
probably thinking, oh, these people are smarter than us. We'll listen to what they
Mm,
say. Michael Saylor's saying that it's going to be like
yeah.
$10 million a
Yeah.
coin.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yes. I know they are looking for these external authorities who
yeah,
who they are
yeah,
very willing to accept.
yeah,
They will tell them what is right and what is wrong, but they forgot about the sovereignty and the freedom, and maybe that's the part of the conditioning that is happening constantly in the world. So, but what is true resonates in a different way, and there are people open to take the risk, because most of people will queue up in the line to hear comfortable lies,
yeah,
but
yeah,
there
yeah.
are some who are brave enough to to open themselves to hear what is true.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Right, well, this has been great. We've going 35 minutes, and this is just picking up a little bit of noise background. You can probably hear there is a party going on because we're at the Weekend Truth Festival. We've got 1 day left. So, Sebastian, this has been absolutely fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed it.
My real pleasure.
Do you want to say a few closing statements?
Oh, thank you so much. I feel really privileged to be here with Satoshi, and yeah, it's a very valuable knowledge, and yeah.
Remember, if anybody's at the festival, I'm speaking tomorrow at 2:45.
Yeah.
Come on down and join us.
Beautiful.
Right, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed it. So, as
Thank
ever,
you so much.
Be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.